You thought Seoul was done flexing after part 1? Oh, think again. Because K-pop Demon Hunter didn't just stop at neon streets and Lovelock towers. It went full cinematic universe. In this round, we're diving into even more jaw-dropping real-life locations that made the movie feel like a supernatural travel vlog. From mystical rituals in Jeju's ancient villages to tear-jerking duets in hidden hilltop parks. Every spot in this film has a story, a vibe, and probably a demon lurking nearby. So grab your passport because we're heading straight into the second chapter of Seoul's most iconic, dramatic, and dangerously aesthetic movie tour. All right, we're leaving Seoul behind and hopping over to Jeju Island. A place so magical, it feels like someone sprinkled folklore over a volcano and said, yep, that's Korea's paradise now. In K-pop Demon Hunter, this is where things get real spiritual. That shamanism scene? Fire. Literally. Drums pounding, flames dancing, and Huntrix looking like he's about to drop the most cursed mixtape of the century. The whole thing was filmed at the Jeju Folk Village, and trust me, this spot is wild. It's like walking straight into a time machine. You've got over 100 thatched roof houses, blacksmith huts, and even a legit shaman shrine. The village recreates life from centuries ago, so when the movie goes full ritual mode, it's not just special effects. It's rooted in real Jeju culture. Fun fact, Jeju has a long history of shamanism, and locals believe every tree, rock, and ocean wave has a spirit watching over it. So yeah, the place already had spooky energy long before Huntrix showed up. And while the movie cranked it up with demon CGI, the real village gives you chills in the best way possible. But don't get it twisted, it's not all ghost stories and chants. Jeju Folk Village is also ridiculously pretty. You've got ocean breeze, green hills, and those iconic Dolharubong statues, aka Jeju's stone grandpas. You can even rent a hanbok and stroll around pretending you're in your own historical K-drama. So yeah, between the history, the nature, and the "is that a ghost or the wind" moments, Jeju Folk Village is the place to live out your idol exorcist fantasy. Just maybe skip the fire circle part, okay? Next stop, we're heading back to Seoul, where calm waters hide deep emotions. The iconic Han River, aka the city's soul in motion. Alright, real talk. Korea is not complete without the mention of a Han River. In K-pop Demon Hunter, the Han River isn't really front and center. It flashes by so briefly, you might have had to squint or even pause the scene to notice it. That quick wide shot of the city? Yep. There's the Han River, flowing quietly beneath the chaos, setting the calm before the storm. You probably noticed it flashing by during that insane subway fight scene. Right outside the train windows, the Han River quietly flowing beneath the chaos. The Han River is basically Seoul's lifeline. It's where people picnic, cycle, fall in love, get dumped, and eat instant ramen at 11 p.m. while questioning every choice they've ever made. It's that place where K-dramas and real life collide. But it's not just about the romance or late-night aesthetics. The Han River is literally woven into Korea's story. Back in the day, this river connected kingdoms, powered trade, and helped Seoul grow from a walled city into the global powerhouse it is now. Every reflection on that water carries centuries of ambition, heartbreak, and rebirth. If you ever visit, hit up Yeouido Hangang Park. It's where the locals go to recharge. Fried chicken in one hand, cold soda in the other, and zero worries. You'll see families flying kites, couples renting tandem bikes, and maybe even a K-pop trainee busking for practice. And if you're lucky enough to be there in autumn, stick around for the Seoul International Fireworks Festival, a massive annual show that's been lighting up the Han River since 2000. It's one of Korea's biggest traditions, turning the night sky into pure cinematic magic. So when K-pop Demon Hunter pans across that river, it's not just scenery. It's Seoul's soul, steady and shining beneath all the noise. And if the Han River shows Seoul's rhythm, then Naksan Park is its heartbeat, quiet, emotional, and unexpectedly personal. You know that soft, emotional duet between Jinu and Rumi? The one that had half the fandom ugly crying into their popcorn? Yep, that wasn't just cinematic gold. It was filmed at Naksan Park, a hidden gem nestled right into Seoul's old fortress wall. It's one of those rare spots where history and heartbreak collide. And honestly, it deserves way more screen time. Tucked on a hill near Taehangnol, Naksan Park gives you one of those panoramic views that makes you want to suddenly rethink your entire life. As the sun sets, Seoul lights up like a galaxy. Skyscrapers glowing, cars snaking along roads, and the Seoul Tower shimmering in the distance like it's photobombing your thoughts. It's got that main character energy spot on. The kind of place you go to process heartbreak, film a music video, or dramatically stare into the distance pretending you're in a K-drama OST. But here's the cool part. The park is wrapped around a section of the Seoul Fortress Wall, a centuries-old stone barrier that once guarded the capital during the Chosun dynasty. So when the movie stages Jeju and Rumi's vulnerable duet here, it's not just a pretty backdrop. It's symbolic. A wall built to protect the city now watching over two souls trying to protect each other. If you visit, aim for golden hour. That's when Seoul turns into pure cinematic perfection. Pick up a latte from the cute cafes at Iwa Mural Village nearby. Walk along the fortress path and just breathe it all in. Who knows, you might even find your own OST moment. But dry those tears because next we're swapping sunsets for subway chaos. Welcome to Cheongdam Bridge. Now, remember that absolute chaos of a subway fight scene? Sparks flying, demons screeching, swords slashing, and somewhere in the background, Seoul's skyline looking like it's minding its own business. Yeah, that's the Cheongdam Bridge, baby. One of Seoul's sleekest bridges crossing the Han River. And honestly, it deserves an acting credit of its own. Cheongdam Bridge is one of those places that's so clean and symmetrical, it feels like it was designed by someone with an obsession for aesthetics. It connects Gangnam to Gwangjin and features a futuristic double-decker design, with cars on top and subway trains running below. And when it lights up at night in those electric blues and purples, chef's kiss. It's Seoul saying, we may have rush hour, but at least we look good doing it. In K-pop Demon Hunter, the bridge isn't just background scenery. It's basically the stage for a mid-transit apocalypse. Huntrix and the Saja boys going at it in a subway car that looks straight out of your morning commute, except with 500% more demon dust and way better lighting. What's genius is how the movie uses something so everyday, the subway, and flips it into this surreal battle between light and darkness. So, the next time you're crossing Cheongdam Bridge or sitting on Line 7, earbuds in, city lights reflecting off the Han River, just imagine Huntrix somewhere down the track, slicing through chaos while your train glides past like nothing happened. And speaking of heights, literally, let's rise above all that action for the grand finale view at Seoul Sky Observatory. Finally, the grand finale, the cherry on top, or more like the cloud on top. Welcome to the Seoul Sky Observatory, the real-life inspiration for Huntrix's sky-high penthouse. This place isn't just tall, it's, wait, can I breathe up here? Tall. Sitting inside the Lotte World Tower, the 5th tallest building in the world, it's the ultimate flex of Seoul's skyline. In K-pop Demon Hunter, you see the idols chilling, and occasionally brooding dramatically, in their glassy penthouse that literally kisses the clouds. That vibe? Straight up Seoul sky energy. Once you're up there, you get a full 360-degree view of the city. Skyscrapers, the Han River glittering like a string of diamonds, and traffic lights that look like tiny fireflies. Honestly, it's so high you half expect to see Huntrix flying by mid-battle. At night, the whole city below turns into a neon galaxy. The lights, the hum, the quiet. It's got that main character staring out the window while sad music plays energy. And honestly, that's part of the magic. From up here, Seoul feels both massive and intimate, like you're watching millions of stories unfold beneath your feet. And here's the fun part. You can actually walk on a glass floor that looks straight down from 500 meters up. Yep. Just pure, am I in danger or in an aesthetic Instagram post energy. So if you ever want to experience what it's like to live like an idol, glamorous, dramatic, and just a little lonely way up in the clouds, Seoul Sky Observatory is your one-way elevator to superstardom. And that's a wrap. Part 2 of our K-pop Demon Hunter Seoul and Beyond adventure. We've gone from fiery shaman rituals in Jeju to heart-fluttering confessions under the Seoul skyline. And honestly, it feels like we've just binged the world's most scenic K-drama tour. What makes all these spots so special is how intentional they are. The film doesn't just drop characters in random pretty places. It uses every location like a mood board for emotion. Jeju Folk Village captures the roots of old Korea. Han River mirrors the city's pulse. Naksan Park gives you that quiet ache of connection. Cheongdam Bridge throws in the adrenaline. And Seoul Sky? That's pure idol dreamland. So if you're planning your own K-pop Demon Hunter pilgrimage, consider this your travel checklist and emotional prep guide. Bring a camera for the aesthetics, a light stick for the vibes, and maybe some tissues for when the nostalgia hits. Bonus points if you soundtrack your trip with the movie's OST. Because here's the thing, Seoul isn't just a backdrop in this story. It is the story. Alive, dazzling, and just a little chaotic. Kind of like every K-pop fan's heart after watching K-pop Demon Hunter. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into K-culture meets cinema, and tell me in the comments which K-pop Demon Hunter spot are you dying to visit first.